Alright guys, so I'd like to start part 2 of Atlantis. Firstly, by reading this from the Quran. It says, to Muslims, so if you are in doubt about that which we have revealed to you, then ask those who have been reading the scripture before you. The truth has certainly come to you from your Lord. So never be among the doubters. So with that being said, guys, let's take a look at a few lines of scripture. Genesis 1, King James Version in English, we read, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. Now some of you will know that in the beginning, the word in the Hebrew text is Elohim. And it says in the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Now I'll come back to this line. But what I'm pointing out here is the word Elohim. In John 1, King James Version, we read, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. In Revelation 4 of the King James Version we read, after this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was, as it were, of a trumpet talking with me, which said, come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. And immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. Okay, guys. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. In Revelation 5 we read, and one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book, and loose the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne, and of the 4 beasts, in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb, as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odours, which are the prayers of saints. And they sung a new song, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For thou wast slain, and thou hast redeemed us to God by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. Now, guys, in Revelation 22, verse 16 of the King James Version, we read, I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. Okay, guys? And the bright and morning star. In Isaiah 14, we read in verse 12, "How thou art fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning! How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations?" Now, many people use these two verses to say that Jesus is Lucifer, the morning star. But in Job 38, we read, "Then the Lord, the Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, Who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee an answer, thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare, if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid up the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy." I repeat, when the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy. Okay, guys? Genesis 6:4, we read, and I've done a little correction to the Hebrew. There were giants, Nephilim, in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God, the Beni Elohim, the sons of the Elohim, came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. We go on to read, and God said, now this word is Elohim. The Elohim said, let us, plural, a request. The Elohim said, guys, I will just be blunt. The morning stars said, please let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the Elohim created man, and this in his is more like their image. In the image of Elohim created them. The word he is not in the Hebrew text. Male and female created he them. So the pronunciation is Elohim. It is number H430 in the Strong's Concordance. It's the plural of the 433. The gods in the ordinary sense, but specifically used in the plural. Thus, especially with the article of the supreme God, occasionally applied by way of difference to magistrates, and sometimes as a superlative, angels, exceeding God, gods, goddesses, goddessly, great judges, ex mighty. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. Okay, guys? So taking a look at this, the Elohim said, let us, to the Father, make man in our image. Okay, guys? The Elohim requested to the Father that they make man in their image. So male and female, they were created in the image of the Elohim. Now the Father, who sat on the throne, had the appearance of jasper and the sardis stone. And this red stone is a jasper. Okay, guys? In Revelation, we read a description that his head and his hair were like white, like wool, white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. We're all being greatly deceived, guys. His head and his hair, excuse me, were like white, like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Okay, guys. This is why they portray the devil in red. He is not going to appear as a red devil. They portray Satan as the Elohim. The Elohim, I believe, are the two morning stars. And when the morning stars sang together, they made man in their image. In Ezekiel 28 we read, "Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou was upon the holy mountain of God, and thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee." Lucifer morning star and Hasatan. Okay, guys? When the morning stars sang together, and the Benai Elohim, the sons of the Elohim, shouted for joy. This sort of stuff is running rampant, that Jesus is Lucifer. But there were two morning stars, okay, guys? The two morning stars, the Elohim, they once sang together, and they made man in their image, the Benai Elohim, who shouted for joy. The Benai Elohim, the sons of the Elohim. The two morning stars. The I am and the I was. The two suns. The red and the white yellow suns. Okay, guys? The Elohim, the two morning stars. Okay, guys? As above, so below, in the spiritual, as in this realm. This guy is not red. He is portrayed stealing the image of the I am, because he is the false coming Messiah. And the Benai Elohim are the sons of the Elohim. The Elohim said, "Let us make man in our image." Okay, guys? Adam, the red man. What makes the red man red? They were made in the image of the Elohim. Male and female created them and blessed them and called their names Adam. Their name Adam. In the day when they were created. The single day when they, the male and female, on the same day were created. So the earth, or soil, has other names. See also Adam. The name derives from the Hebrew noun Adama, which means the ground or the earth. Adam is the given name. So what does Adam mean biblically? The well-known Hebrew name Adam means son of the red earth or miry clay. Its meaning comes from the Hebrew word Adama, meaning earth, from which Adam is said to be formed. The name also refers to the reddish colour associated with human skin. The word Dam means blood. Goel Hadam means the blood redeemer. Yeshua HaMashiach, HaGoel Hadam. Yeshua is the Mashiach, the Messiah, and he is the blood redeemer. In Genesis 1:28 we read that the Elohim blessed them, and the Elohim said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth." This is the earth in those days. So we'll leave it there, guys, and I'll go on to attempt to record section B of part 2 of Atlantis. And may Yeshua bless each and every one of you. May Yeshua bless us all.